Sticky notes, right? We all love them. We all rely on them, right? They're handy. You take it, you write on it, you put it somewhere. But then it's never where you need it to be, or it falls off, or whatever. Or you run out of them, right? Like there's all kinds of pros and cons to the traditional sticky note. What about sticky notes that don't run out? Like you can just keep reusing them, right? We're going to talk about the latest innovation from the fine folks over at Rocketbook, who, this is not a sponsored post. I'm just a major fan. If you've been around for a while, you know I go on about them. So we're going to talk about the latest thing that they have come out with that I finally got my hands on. We're going to talk about how they're great for organization and saving the planet and all the good stuff. So let's go ahead and get this started because we got some stuff to talk about. Hello. So yes, sticky notes, right? They're a staple in everybody's life, whether you're in their office or at home. They're great for like putting things, writing things down, and then, you put it someplace so that you remind yourself about it, unless it falls off and then ends up behind the refrigerator or something, but there are challenges in all the solutions. And they're great, but you run out of them. You have to throw them away because they're a one-time use kind of thing. You don't always have the information where you need it, when you need it, right? That's a big thing for me. Like I'm really good about taking notes. I'm not always good about making sure that physical notebook, or in this case, sticky note, is where I need it in the moment. So we're going to talk about the latest and greatest thing from Rocketbook, which is their reusable sticky notes, which works just like all the rest of the Rocketbook line. So for you folks who maybe are not familiar with Rocketbook, I'm so glad you're here. You're going to love this. But let me just kind of walk you through a high level of what Rocketbook is. I'll get my props out. Okay, so Rocketbook is at the heart. It's a notebook. Okay. The thing about it is that it's a notebook that you write on. Okay. You get your little pen and you do your writings on it, and what's good about it is this is very much the traditional thing that you're used to, right? You're writing. This pen evidently I've used to death and I probably need a new one. But you could write on it. And then if you don't need that information anymore, you just take your little cloth right here. You spray a little water on here, you wipe it, and you can reuse it again. This in and of itself is groundbreaking, right? Because you're saving the planet, you're not wasting paper. It makes it really easy. You'll never run out, because if you write something and you do need it, then you can take your handy dandy mobile device and you can open their app, which I'll show you in a minute. And you see down here in the corner, there's a little QR code, right? And what you really can't see on camera, but along the bottom here, there are icons. So you can mark off one of these icons. You can program it in the app. So like, see, I just put a little X there. You can program it in the app, and then you can specify what each one of those icons is used for. And you can do multiples, right? So let's say that you wanted to always send yourself an email copy of your notes, and you want to send them to maybe Google Drive, and maybe you want to sometimes send it to a coworker or whatever. So you can do multiple destinations, mark off however many you want to do. So like, let's say I wanted to send this one 2 places. I could put 2 X's on there, and then when I load it into the app, it will send it to the 2 places I specified. When I'm explaining it, it may sound a little, it's freaking magic every time you do it, because then you've got the stuff where you need it. So you've got it in the notebook until you wipe it away, in the app, and wherever you've sent it to. So wherever you are in the moment, if somebody says something, you go like, oh, I wrote that down, you can access it. You've got access to it in all of the places. And that is just a huge game breaker for me. Like that has made me so much a fan of Rocketbook. It's just, I annoy people. I'll be honest about it. I annoy them, but that's okay, because sooner or later they try it and then they come back and they say, now I understand. So let me just show you. So this is the course. This is like an 8.5 by 11, it's spiral bound, all that kind of good stuff. There's a bunch of different ones and you can go and check those out on the website, but let me just show you a few other things. So Here is another size. So this one is really good for like throwing in your bag. And this is what you get when you, because I just got myself this one. I actually gave away the one that I had in this size because somebody fell in love with it when they saw me out with it. So when you open up the packet, they come in packets like this. Okay. And it's really important when you open the packet. So you open the packet on the top, and that's where you're going to open up and get the book and the little cloth out of it. But always make sure you open the side too. This is a mistake people make, which is why they say, open here, because this is where your pen is. So they give you a pen, a black pen. It's a friction pen. And this is a special pen that you need to use in these notebooks. This is where the magic comes from. It's a combination of things. And then you get your cloth wipe, and then you've got your book. So this is a different size. This is this little small one. Also inside a lot of them, you get a little instruction book. So that's always good to take a look at. So, you know, like I said, lots of different sizes. I'll show you a couple more. One sec. Put all the pieces together. That's the new one. You can get, back in the day, we called these assignment pad size, but like you get these little ones like this. You know, again, it's all the same pattern. So you've got, you know, the QR code, and then you've got the little symbols down at the bottom. Does it have the symbols? Maybe not. And then they've also got other things. So for example, I bring this to all of my meetings. So these are corners that you can put on either those big, like, paper boards that people use in meetings to take notes and brainstorm. For whiteboards, you put it in the corners, and it's the same idea, except that instead of having to have the QR code, by using these in the corners of whatever you're writing on, you can, again, use your app, take a copy of it, you know, save a copy to the phone, also then send it to the various places. So big game changer. And like I said, if you go to their website and check it out, they've got all kinds of other stuff like this. So just to be clear, we're talking sticky notes. When I was explaining this to some people earlier this week, they thought I meant the index cards. The index cards are awesome, don't get me wrong. But yeah, so they've also got index cards. I haven't opened this box. Here we go. So they've also got index cards. Same concept. You write on it with the pen. It's got a little QR code. It's got a line side, and it's got a blank side, so however you prefer to use things. Awesome, but these have been out for a little while now. The sticky notes are the brand new thing, and these were a Kickstarter, which I got in on. I get in on all their Kickstarters. I'll be upfront about that. Okay, so I'm going to show you the sticky notes. We're going to talk about use cases and all that kind of stuff. But for you folks who like found this because you were curious about the sticky notes or Rocketbook in general, hello. My name is Kathleen. I'm here as your tech coach. The short version of the story, and believe me, this is the short version, is I do technology as my day gig. It's also my hobby. So all my friends, family, neighbors, coworkers come to me when they have a question, when they're looking for recommendations, when they've got a problem they need help solving. And then they've, over years, started recommending me to their friends, family, neighbors, so on, which made it very clear to me that not everybody has somebody like me to talk to. So, hello, that's why we're here every week. You are welcome to come and hang out live in the chat, but you can also go ahead and post wherever you're watching this in the comments. I do go back and read all the comments and respond as much as I can. Or you can reach out to me here at yourtechcoach.com. There's a contact form. So if you have a question, if you have a problem, if you have an idea for a show, if you have something you want me to talk about, if you want a one-on-one consult, you can go do all those things here. Okay. Now that we all know who we are, we've got all that out of the way, my little cloth out of the way, I got to move all my props out of the way so that we can get into the good stuff. That's all there. That goes there. Where did I put the big notebook? I don't know. I'll find it later. Alrighty, so let's talk about the new stuff. Let's talk about. I haven't even unboxed these yet. I figured I would do that with you. So this is what I got. I will say kudos to the Rocketbook folks. So on the Kickstarter, they expected to get this stuff to us in February. It's January, and I've already got my toys, so I'm very excited. So this is what I got for the Kickstarter. So this is the basic kit, the starter kit, and then I got some extra ones. So these are going to be, I think, the black and white sticky notes. And then what did I get? I got 2 expansion packs. Looks like it's red and blue. That would be me. That would be very me. So that's what we're talking about. This is what we got. These are the expansion packs. This is the basic kit. You know, on the back, we've got all of the information, as you would expect. Little QR code up there so you can go and watch the videos. But let's go ahead and take a look at it. Let me do this on the overhead, I guess, right? Yeah, we'll try the overhead. Let's see how that goes. There we are. Okay. Maybe I'll take that down so we've got more room. Sorry, a little messy here. Oh, you can see the mic. That's all right. You know I'm on a mic, right? That's not really news. Okay, so we're going to open this up. That out of the way. Okay, so that's the case. This also comes with a pen. Got everything in here? Oh, nope. And it's got the cutest little cloth. Oh, look at that. That's so adorable. Okay, so that's the cloth that comes with the sticky notes. That's the cloth that comes with the notebooks, for comparison's sake. That's so cute. It's a cute little thing here. Okay, so now let's see. Oh, that looks like it opens up. Oh, I've already knocked off the little foot. Oh, it looks like we're missing a foot too. Okay, well, we'll have to reach out to them about the sticky foot thing. Let's see, maybe is it in the box? Whoops. Yep, it's in the box. It got stuck on the way out. There. Okay, so we got our 4 little feet here. And then that's Murphy fur. Okay, and then you open it up here. And here you've got the instruction manual. Okay, so there's a protective liner that you peel off, and that's what gives you the sticky. So that's like on a certain other brand of this type of note. I'm trying to peel one off, right? So on a certain other brand, like you've got the sticky part up here, and then, the rest of it is just paper. So it's the same idea, except this comes with a protective liner. You write on it with the friction pen. By the way, so they always give you a black pen, but you can get different colors, and I'll show you where to go look for those. Download the app if you don't already have it. You're going to dampen part of the towel when you're ready to wipe stuff away. It's supposed to stick to plastic, glass, whiteboards, monitors, metal, tile, Rocketbook paper, smooth surfaces. So basically, if you're on something that has sort of a textured finish on it, it may not stick well. That's basically what they're saying. So, like, we don't recommend sticking in porous or uneven surfaces like brick or fabric. So that's just, it would be the same thing with this kind of a thing too. At some point when you're reusing it over and over again, it may lose a little of the sticky. So what you do is you run it underwater, gently rub your finger across that little strip at the top that's sticky, and then let it air dry, and it's supposed to keep working after that. And obviously we'll try that. You can use the stand here to put the notes here, like, so these are the ones you want, but if you want to keep one handy, you can also use this as sort of like a little writing desk. That's kind of cute. What else? You can store them. This I love, because I'm glad that they thought of this like so early on, because this is going to make it really easy to throw this in my bag when I do have to go into the office, which I hope is not often. There's instructions, there's how to reach out. So there you go. It's they do a nice job with their instructions. As somebody who has done tech writing in previous life, I'm always really impressed with the way that they present their stuff and how clear they make it. It's really nicely done. But I know that's not what you're here for. You're not here to critique their tech writing team, although they are amazing. So this is the sheet. Okay, and you see here, this is this piece that they said to take off. So we'll go ahead and take that off. Oh, that's got some good stick to it. Ugh. I think you can see there, like there's that little shine. That's the sticky part. We don't need that. And then you can just go, and here I'm just gonna put it right here. Okay, and then, whoops. What did I not do right? Didn't press it down. Okay, and then it's just right there. It stays right there for you. And then you can keep going, or you can go ahead and you can put it here and you can write. Let's try the new pen. Okay, and then when you're ready to wipe it off, let me just get a little water here. Oops. Sorry, Murph. You just need a little bit of water. You don't have to get a lot on there. And then you just go and you wipe it off, and you're ready to go. You can write with it again. So let's take a look at, well, we've got this camera going. Let's take a look at the expansion packs. Also comes with the little instructions and all that. Oh, cool. This is multicolors. I didn't even remember. Like, I got on this Kickstarter a long time ago. So we've got like a orange, sort of a mauve color, and a red. And let's see what the other pack is. Oh, this one, so it says 5s. So there's 5 black, 5 green, 5 of this light blue. So let's take a look at this one. Okay, so we've got sort of a purple. Oh, that's what I thought was black. Purple, a green, and like a tealy blue. Now, why would I get different colored ones? I'm glad you asked. I'm getting different colored ones because I use these a lot in meetings with my clients when we're brainstorming their user interfaces and their applications. And by having colored ones, it can help to group. You don't need it. It's not a must-have kind of thing, but it is handy sometimes for some projects to be able to break them into color groupings like that. Because, again, depending on what we're talking about, it could be different avatars for whatever we're designing. It could be breaking the work across the different teams or whatever. So it's a nice option to have, but you could certainly do this without needing that and just sticking with this. No pun intended. So let me just real quick, I'm going to show you their website so you can see. Now this was the, ooh, that's not good. Hang on. What happened there? Hang on, that's new. I'm up for new and different, but weird. Okay, I'm going to just refresh that. Let's see. With that. Okay, all right, let's try that again. That was weird. Okay. All right, well, that worked. We'll take the wins where we find them. All right, so ignore the stuff on the right side because this is from the Kickstarter, which is closed now. But I just wanted to show you how they presented it. So the idea is, it reduces waste because it's sustainable. It's digitally connected, so you do get the best of both worlds this way, right? This way you're getting what you're used to, right? Writing, which has been proven to work really well with helping with memory and that type of thing. It's also very natural movement. It's not distracting like, working on a computer when you're taking your notes. I've never had anybody freak out, even the people who are like, no computers in the meeting. And it's for productivity, like it just can't be beat. So this is what I just showed you. This is what I got, which was, the initial kit of sticky notes, the case, the towel, and a pen. Like I said, these prices don't really apply anymore because this was for the Kickstarter. But the idea is that, you can stick them anywhere just like you can any other sticky note. But then you can also save it digitally to your device and or send it to multiple locations depending on where you need it. So, you do your to-do list, you can brainstorm with it. This is what I do a lot with these kind of things. While you're using them, you can go ahead and clean them if you don't need them. Or if you need the note, but then you want to reuse the card, or the sticky note, you can just go ahead and take the picture, store it, and then, start over. So endlessly reusable. Right, there you go. It shows you how easy it is to do that, which I just showed you too. It sticks to all kinds of surfaces and things, just like a regular sticky note would. We talked about all the kinds of surfaces you can do it on. It shows you how to clean it. Super simple. And all that's not cleaning the card. That's just over time, the sticky is going to be picking up some dust and debris. So this will let you reinvigorate it so that you can go ahead and use it again. This is how simple it is to go ahead and take the picture. So while you've got everything up on the board or whatever, it can do them all at once, which is really nice. But you can also do each one, individually if you like. It's up to you. It is compatible with the iOS and the Android environments, so you are good there. Here you go, right? You get an idea. It could be a picture, could be a note, could be text, whatever it is that you take your notes on, you take the picture, and then you've got it accessible wherever you need it. The case for me was a slam dunk win. I was so impressed that they had that ready to go as part of the Kickstarter. Kudos to the team. Now, this is the other thing. So not only can you save it to things like Google Drive, send it by email, whatever, it also connects with different tools. So in this case, they're showing you, I think, Trello. So you can take each of these sticky notes and you can then send it to a Trello board so that you can do all the magic things that you can do in Trello or Asana or whatever else. So there are many integrations, and I'll show you again in a second what they look like. But this one in particular is a really good combination because you can do the things in the meeting or in your own note-taking or whatever, and then bring it into your favorite tool and continue to build off of it from there. because these notes are not the beginning, middle, and end, right? They're usually a part of the process. It is also able to transcribe your handwriting. Now, you do, like the better your handwriting, the better results will be, right? But that said, my handwriting is pretty atrocious and it does a really good job with it. So, odds are pretty good you're going to get some really good OCR out of it. So that makes life nice and easy, but you don't have to, like, you can these are options. You don't have to turn them on. So if you don't like the OCR or if it's not working well for your handwriting, then you can just turn that off and it'll just be your handwriting that gets scanned. It's eco-friendly, right? That we've talked about that. So you're not just writing a sticky note and throwing it away and adding to the problems that we're having, right? It gives you a way to extend the life of your purchase. So yeah, I like this image. This was really good, right? You go from this to being organized and not having all that stuff there. And that is that. So the other thing that I wanted to show you, I think this is pretty much, yeah, this is same kind of ideas, just showing you different places to use it, right? You can stick it on your computer, stick it on a whiteboard, for your brainstorming, put it on the refrigerator so you remember all the things you need. You can use it in documents. Stick it on your computer. I know I'm going to be doing this because this is something that I've wanted for a long time, and I have tried doing this with traditional paper sticky notes, and it's never worked out well. I think this is going to be freaking amazing. And then of course being able to travel with it, that's huge. But I do know, like, people are like, oh, but I want more than black ink. Well, you have options, right? So I do recommend, and this is just caveat time. So you go in, you look for the Pilot Friction, and you'll see the name on the one when you buy a kit. There are third-party ones out there. I have not seen, nor have I heard of from my fellow Rocketbook enthusiasts, of a really good third-party pen. So I stick with the Pilot ones. So you can buy the black and the blue, but they do have colors as well. So you see here, so there you can get black, red, blue, but there are also multiple like colors. There's also the erasable marker pens. They're a little bit thicker and different colors, more pastel-y. I bought these personally. I didn't find them as useful. The kids, like my nieces and nephews, love playing with them, so that's a win. But I do use the multiple color ones again because I do a lot of workflows and planning and stuff, and so again, that's the kind of thing where color coding can be handy. So I do use that. But the point is that there are different options out there. I just strongly recommend sticking with the Pilot ones because again, those have been the ones that have worked best for me. So I'm going to make that recommendation to you. That's it. You want to try them? You can go ahead. As long as it is the same type of thing where it's water to remove it, then you are good to go. Okay, I totally been doing this without my notes, so let me just go through my notes and make sure I didn't miss anything important here. Okay, so why would you use these? Like, why are we so excited about these? Productivity for me is the number one thing, coupled with the fact that I'm not having to throw stuff out every time I use a note. I do feel a little guilty every time I use these and then I throw away a stack of them because the meeting's over, I don't need them anymore. So for organizing, keeping track of tasks, brainstorming, all that kind of stuff, like this format for me works really, really well. And being able to rearrange things, to set priorities or timelines or whatever, huge, huge help. Saving money, right? I am not spending money on notebooks. I understand, like, I love pens and notebooks. It's sort of a thing with me. But this is working for me. Like, I do, you see, I have multiple sizes, okay, for different things. But that's just a convenience. I don't have to do that. That's just a me thing. I like to have these things around. But the nice thing is I can have one of these or the larger ones, wherever I need them. And yet if I've got them set up to use the same destinations, it doesn't matter that I wrote it in a different book because I can still stay organized and send my work stuff here and my private stuff here and side client stuff here and my projects, over there. And it's all organized. Like, I don't have to do that extra step of having to move things after the fact, right? It automatically does it for me. And anything that saves me time, I'm on board. I am always on board for those. You can scan them to just save them to your device. So this is a thing. So it's important to have this option because I have clients who will not let me store stuff online for them. And that's totally their call, right? It's their business, it's their call. But I still need to have the notes. So what I can do for those clients is I just save it to my device, but don't sync it to a drive. I don't email it unless they've asked me to email it to them. So it's nice. And because when I say that to people, they're like, well, why wouldn't I use all the things? Well, most of the time you will. Most of the time it is a benefit to have it on the device and send it to some sort of backup storage. But if you're in a situation which, legal, medical, like there are things where you just can't be sending the stuff all over the place. That is definitely an important option to have. So you can choose where to send it, how to deal with it. And in addition to sending it to some sort of backup like Dropbox or Google Drive or whatever, you can send it to things like Evernote and Trello and those kinds of things. So again, it is flexible to fit into your best workflow, which is what all the best tools should do, right? And then, of course, we're saving the environment here, right? We're saving trees, we're reducing paper waste, all that kind of good stuff. So big win there. So yeah, so like I said, brainstorming sessions, to-do lists, groceries lists, on-the-go notes, right? There will be a couple of these in my notebook, in my purse, because I don't have to worry about them getting damaged if they're in this little case. And if I need to take a quick note, boom, there it is, ready to go. Let me see what else I want to see. This is why I make my notes, because the brain is good, but at some point I need to remember other things. All right. So, that's basically it. Oh, let me just show you though real quick. Let me show you the app so you can get a feel for that. Oh, I know I put it on here. There we go. Okay, so hopefully this is going to show up okay. Hang on. Go back to the overhead. Let's lose that. Can we do these side by side? That would be nice. There we go. Okay, that works. Okay, so here, let me do... Here, I'll draw one of my patented terrible flowers. I can't draw to save my life, but we're all on whiteboards, so we all need to do things from time to time. Okay, so I've got my little thing here. So I've got the app here. I've already got it all logged in, but let me just show you here. So when you first set this up, and it's going to be a little hard to see, I know. Maybe it's better down here. Bring it up a little bit. All right, good enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and lint. So you can set up 7 different destinations. By default, it sets them all up to go to the email address that you used when you set up the application on your phone. But you can literally just go in here and select the one you want. And here you've got your settings. So, you can bundle them into a PDF if you've got multiples. You can do the auto send. You can do the OCR. You can use smart tags. That's a whole other thing. I could do a whole show just on using your Rocketbook, so maybe I'll do that. Smart subject lines, like all that. But what we're talking about here is setting the destination. So you can come here and hit change destination. So we've got Google Drive, Evernote, Dropbox, OneNote, OneDrive, Trello, Slack, Box, Google Photos, Email, Asana, Todoist, and Nextcloud. So that's currently the list. It has expanded in the time that I've used it, but you've got a lot of choices there. So when you're ready to go ahead and use it, what you're going to do is come down here and click on the little photo, the little camera thing. It's going to ask for permission. I'm going to say only this time. Okay. And then, see how it turned green and then we get the little circle thing? So it's already taken the picture for me. Like I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do was hold it so that it got the image, and I left it there long enough that it did it 3 times. Oops. Go ahead, send it there. Okay, and then you can go ahead and you can take a look at the image that you sent. Now, of course, I did do it twice, but you see, it did a really nice job of getting my pretty bad image. And then down here at the bottom, you can see the one that it's sent to, but you can also then choose to send it to other ones, add more destinations, all that kind of stuff. But it's really that easy. It's super simple. It's intuitive. Whoops. And it just works. And it for me, especially since I'm changing gears so often, right? So in my day gig, we've got 3 different products, completely different teams. So I can set up things so that whatever one I select, like I know it goes right into that project folder. So I don't have to, again, remember to go, as I'm jumping from meeting to meeting, I don't have to put it into my schedule to, move all the stuff to stay organized. I just stay organized. It just does it for me. Same thing with my clients. When I get on a client meeting, I mark off the one that I'm using for that client, and then that's where all the stuff that I scan goes. It just makes life easier. And again, for my own projects, for my own life organization, huge win, huge savings. So that's it. Now, all the links, of course, are in the description, as I always do for you. The one thing I do need to tell you is that when I'm recording this now, this is the end of January. It's January 26th, 2024. As I mentioned, I got these yesterday. I was going to do a different show today, but I was too excited. We had to do this. So these I got yesterday because I bought into the Kickstarter when they did that long ago and far away. And so these are not available in their store yet, right? They're not available. They usually sell a lot of stuff through Amazon too. However, you can go and you can get yourself onto the waiting list. And this link is in the description too. So because they're in the process of fulfilling all of the people who paid into the Kickstarter. So we're all getting our stuff first. And then as soon as they've gotten that taken care of, they're going to start to make this available to the public. So you can go ahead, put in your name, address, and email address, that kind of stuff. And then they will reach out to you when they have stuff ready. And just so you know, like you can buy all the stuff, you can see all the stuff in their shop here. So there we'll look at all the products. So different colors, different sizes. They've got different formats. So some of the versions of the notebooks that they sell are lined. Some of them have dot grids. Some of them are planners. Some of them have calendars. You've got a lot of different combinations in here. This is those corners that I showed you. So if you want to go and take a look at everything that they've got, you can go and do that. They've got filler paper. They've got stuff for people who like to have things, in a spiral bound. They have ones for people who like to have them, flip up instead of going left to right. They've got cases. So lots and lots of options. They also have the friction pens that you can buy from them. So I just wanted to be upfront. Ooh, that's new. I didn't see this. Dry erase markers. Oh, I'm going to have to look at these. So I'm guessing these would not be used for the paper. Well, let's go look. Let's go look, right? Why not? Oh, these are also not currently available at the moment. So are we going to get any descriptions? So, okay, so these are just traditional dry erase markers. So these are not ones to use with the notebooks. This is just convenience. But anyway, so there's a lot of stuff. They also have an amazing collection of instructions and ideas, different ways to use things. I love this is so true. Like, you don't have to rearrange yourself to fit what they're providing. You can take what they have available and make it work in however you work today. That's a huge win. If you think about it for a minute, I'm sure you'll agree. But they have a lot of different tips and ideas. Their blog has got a lot of good information. Their FAQ is quite good. So you can go ahead and check all that kind of stuff out. But I did want to be upfront that as I'm talking about this and I'm getting everybody all excited about it, they're not quite available to everybody just yet. Those of us who kicked in are getting it first, which I appreciate. But just so you know, they will be available soon. So you can go and sign up. Again, the link is in the description. Wherever you are, it's above, left, right. So you can go ahead and get notified when it is available. In the meantime, you can go and check out the other stuff. And I do have all the links in the description. So I do hope that you are interested, okay? Maybe not as excited as me about this, but interested in this. And that you will let me know if you're going to give it a try, or if you've never heard of Rocketbook and you're curious and, this makes you go try it. I'd love to hear what you get how it's worked for you, all that kind of stuff. If you have questions, then I do ask you to go ahead and reach out, yourtechcoach.com. I'm happy to share ideas with you. I'm happy to, talk you through different scenarios. I'm looking to see how many of these I can fit into this case here. Hang on. Let me take a couple of the black ones out. See if I can get, so I'm trying to put some of the colored ones and the black ones into my case, and I think I've got it. Yep, that worked. Woohoo! So now I've got a bunch of different colors in there too. Yeah, I'd like to hear, how you're using it, if you're using it, all that kind of good stuff. Doesn't have to just be the sticky notes, could be the notebooks, whatever you like. But I hope that you will give this a try. I love this idea. I'm so stoked that they did this and that it's turned out so well. I'm loving what I'm seeing here. Oh, somebody's going to ask, so let me just overhead. As far as the size comparison, where's my overhead? Here it is. So this is your traditional paper note. Maybe it would be better if I did it with a color here. So the physical size of it is just a hair bigger than the traditional paper note. And the writing area is maybe just a little bit smaller. So for anybody who would be curious about that, I know that's the kind of question that I would have. So I'm anticipating and figuring that you're probably interested too. All right, everybody. Hope you're having a great week. I do this show every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You are always welcome to come and hang out and chat with everybody else who's hanging out and chat. Hello. Or, if you're watching this on a replay, you can always reach out via the comment section wherever you're watching, or use the website, yourtechcoach.com. Also, I do have a mailing list, and I do have some big things coming this year. So if you want to be among the first to find out about that kind of stuff, yourtechcoach.com/mailing list. All right, everybody, go get organized, do your notes things, but do it eco-friendly and reusable, because now we can. Have a good time, everybody. I hope you're going to have a great weekend, and we will talk again soon. Bye.